All right, let's talk about Simmons citrate and its chemistry. So these are the Simmons citrate tests. The one on the left is negative, the one on the right is positive. In this case, we only have one carbon source in here. Usually anything alive needs some kind of complicated carbon, some sugars, some starches to survive. In this case, we only have one carbon, and the carbon is the citrate that is the substrate that's in here. So this is a Simmons citrate test. The substrate here is citrate. Citrate is the sole carbon source in here, which is important because not a lot of bacteria can thrive in a scenario where citrate is the only carbon that they're getting, that they're not getting some kind of sugar or some kind of starch to feed off of. So the enzyme we're checking for is called citrase. So if your bacteria has the enzyme citrase, it'll use up this citrate and just produce an alkaline product. So we have an indicator in this test tube. The indicator is called bromethymol blue. Bromethymol blue happens to be a pH indicator. So this test tube started off as green. That's the initial color, and that is a pH of 7, so it's a neutral pH. The test tube on the right is the alkaline pH. So that's showing us that bromethymol blue, when it turns an alkaline pH, it turns a blue color. So we're not going to try to define what the actual product is here. Here. We're just defining it as an alkaline product. And if our test tube turned blue, then we know that citrase enzyme was in your bacteria and it used up the citrate that was there. And the bromethymol blue, again, is a pH indicator that lets us know that. So bromethymol blue indicates pH at neutral, and at neutral, it's green. And at blue, it's alkaline, and it doesn't indicate at all at acid, so we don't have to worry about that. So make sure that you understand that bromethymol blue is a pH indicator, and that our product here is just an alkaline product. And if your bacteria has the enzyme citrase, it'll use up the citrate and create that alkaline product. And again, we know that because the indicator there is the pH indicator, which is bromethymol blue.